Is that okay?
I don't care.
All right.
Yeah. I do FaceTime with my kid when he's at my mom's since he was 2. So.
All right, awesome.
My name is Officer Sue Barklow. My friends call me Sue B at work. And I've been here 26 years and 11 months. I have two siblings, and we like to play with our friends, like squirt guns, and my parents wouldn't let us. So we would make guns out of Wonder Bread, and I tell my mom all 3 of us became cops because of her, and she should have let us have them. I work in the city of Boulder, and when I first started, I worked graveyards. So I worked from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. and most of the time, calls for service. That means I would respond to people that call 911, whether it's or the non-emergency number, and answer calls for service. Some of those would be fights, some of them domestics, alcohol, drug-related. So I did that for 8 years, and then I went upstairs to the police department, and we worked on the new marijuana laws that were just starting to come out. So I did that for a couple of years. And then I did community outreach for 10 years, doing stuff in the elementary schools and no interaction with bad guys or physical stuff. And then 6 years ago, I came back to the streets. So that's the ending of my career. I have a couple months left to go. And day-to-day activities are crazy. Most of the time, I would say at least 50% of our component has to do with mental illness or alcohol. When somebody's overdosed on either one of those, or they're drugged out, they're acting crazy. And then the other half has to do with traffic stops, domestic violence again, a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Sounds like so a day could just be
every day is
every
different.
Day is different.
My coworkers are the same. Yeah. There's only one thing I was thinking about it as I was driving down here. We have a SWAT team.
Oh, okay.
And on the tactical side, that's the guys that like run in with shields and throw stuff into the building to get people out and stuff. We have no females at all.
Oh, really?
And as far as I've been here, there's only been one in 26. I think it's a little bit of everything. It's the on-call that you have to be all the time, and you have to be really proficient in your physical fitness and your shooting skills and your time commitment towards that. And it's definitely a boys' club. I mean, police in itself is still a boys' club. I was the 9th female hired ever in Boulder. Sometimes in briefing, we are taking, so since I work the 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. shift, we take care of stuff that happened overnight as it's ending, so the night shift guys can go home. So often they ask for volunteers to take on whatever they were doing, whether it's babysitting a person that needs to go to jail and they're at the hospital still, or take over a scene because of a homicide or whatever it is. And I can remember multiple times where females have been passed over. It's like 3 females would raise their hand and 1 guy, and the guy gets picked. And that's how I look at it, is that, you know, it was because of that. But not because of experience or district or any of that, just that they had that personal knowledge with that supervisor who wanted them to go, because I would say it's a gender issue. I was going to say, I think the city of Boulder is one of the better departments to work for as far as gender acceptance, and also, I don't know if you're going to bring this into it, is sexual preference too. I would say the police department, or police departments as a whole, it's still a boys' club, but in Boulder, we've definitely introduced women more into it, and they've been accepting of things that we can do that are also physical. So we had a commander here maybe 15 years ago, and she was pushing for female officers to wear skirts.
Is that like a even out on the street
on the street, right?
Wow.
And I'm like, are you
pretty impractical?
Right. So I forgot about that, and you know, she left, and it was never brought up. Or use my gender as an influence in the conversation with somebody that I'm dealing with. If this scenario is going bad and I know I can't handle it, I mean, we can always call on the radio and get help, but if that's a blockage for us, I mean, I know a lot of times I've done that. Hey, you know, being a little bit more caring and coming at from a different perspective. Hey, I'm a mother-like person for this scenario, especially when dealing with juveniles. I think it's a great job. I mean, you have really good benefits, you have really great vacation, you get to have a different day every day, so you don't know what to expect. It's physical, you get to drive, and a lot of the day, if your dispatcher's not telling you where to go, you have freedom to decide what kind of proactive activity you want to do, whether you want to enforce alcohol on the hill, or smoking downtown, doing a walking patrol in a neighborhood to put yourself out there, going to a business, knocking on doors, seeing what their problems is. So there's a lot of give and take.
This interview is for an exercise in the course that I'm taking this semester. For this purpose of the exercise, do you consent to being interviewed and recorded?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.